People don't always tell you how they feel about you, but they always show you. Pay attention. These words capture a painful truth about human relationships, especially for those who are kind, selfless, and giving. So many genuinely nice people find themselves alone, not because they lack love to give, but because the world often fails to return it in the same measure. To truly understand why nice people end up alone, we must first define what it means to be nice. Being nice is often seen as a positive trait. It means being considerate, compassionate, and helpful. But in reality, society does not always reward kindness the way we think it should. There is a significant difference between being kind and being a people pleaser. Genuine kindness comes from the heart and expects nothing in return. People pleasing, on the other hand, often stems from a deep-seated fear of rejection or a need for validation. And unfortunately, those who constantly prioritize others over themselves often find that their needs are ignored in return. Why? Because society is drawn to strength, confidence, and mystery. The more available and selfless you are, the more likely you are to be taken for granted. It is an unfortunate irony, but one that plays out over and over again. So why do nice people end up alone? Nice people often find it difficult to say no. They believe that by helping others, they are fulfilling their role in relationships or society. But constantly giving without taking the time to care for oneself is like pouring water from an empty cup. Over time, exhaustion sets in. What starts as a kind gesture or the occasional favor becomes a never-ending cycle of self-sacrifice. The exhaustion doesn't always show on the surface. These individuals often appear calm, composed, and ready to help, even when they're barely keeping their heads above water. They have become masters of putting on a brave face and keeping up appearances, but inside they feel drained, overwhelmed, and possibly even resentful, though they may not admit it. When you're constantly giving, others may start to view you as a source of endless support, not someone with needs of their own. In the worst cases, others might not even notice when the kind person is struggling, because they have become accustomed to always seeing them as a strong, reliable figure. For many nice people, the idea of conflict is distressing. They are naturally inclined toward harmony and prefer to keep things peaceful. The desire to avoid confrontation stems from a deep-seated belief that confrontation is uncomfortable, potentially hurtful, and disruptive to the smooth flow of relationships. Nice individuals often prioritize the feelings of others over their own, fearing that raising an issue or standing up for themselves might create tension, hurt someone's feelings, or even cause a rupture in the relationship. The dilemma here is that by avoiding confrontation, nice people inadvertently allow negative behaviors and actions to continue. They remain silent, hoping that the issue will resolve on its own, or that the other person will eventually understand their hurt without needing to be told. But this avoidance does not lead to resolution. Instead, it causes problems to fester beneath the surface, often leading to greater emotional strain over time. Kind people naturally attract all types of individuals, some genuine, some not. But unfortunately, there are those in the world who see kindness as an opportunity to take advantage. Manipulators, narcissists, and emotionally unavailable people often gravitate toward nice individuals because they know they can get what they want without much resistance. The nice person, wanting to see the best in others, gives and gives until they have nothing left. And when they finally set boundaries, the manipulators leave, seeking out a new source of kindness to exploit. At their core, nice people long for connections that are real, lasting, and profound. They are not interested in fleeting interactions or superficial exchanges. For them, relationships are about more than just passing the time. They are an opportunity to connect with others on a deep emotional level. However, in a world that often values instant gratification, convenience, and surface-level interactions, finding like-minded individuals can be a daunting challenge. In today's fast-paced society, where distractions abound and emotional intimacy is often replaced by quick fixes and shallow connections, nice people can feel like they are swimming against the tide. The reality is that many people today are drawn to the excitement of novelty and adventure, rather than the steadiness and comfort of deep emotional connections. In relationships, some individuals seek thrill and mystery, things that keep them on their toes and provide a sense of excitement and unpredictability. These people may prioritize external qualities like appearance, status, or social validation, rather than valuing the internal qualities that nice people offer, such as kindness, sincerity, and emotional availability. Being a deep thinker is both a blessing and a curse for nice people. They find meaning in life's little moments, the conversations that stretch into the night, the shared silence with a loved one, the look in someone's eyes that says more than words ever could. But this profound way of thinking can also lead to frustration. When a person is constantly reflecting on the world, their emotions, and their relationships, they may feel as though others are skimming the surface. While many people are content to talk about the weather, celebrities, or trivial day-to-day matters, nice people want to dive deeper. They crave conversations that explore personal values, life experiences, and philosophical questions. One of the greatest strengths of nice people is their emotional availability. They are open, honest, and vulnerable in their relationships, offering others the opportunity to connect with them on a deeper level. However, this emotional transparency can also be a source of vulnerability. It requires a level of courage to open up to others, to allow them to see the true depths of your heart and mind. But when that vulnerability is met with emotional distance or indifference, it can feel like a betrayal. Nice people often find themselves in relationships where they are the ones doing all the emotional labor without receiving the same level of emotional investment in return. Stop chasing people. If they block you, cut you off, or ignore you, let them go. The people who truly belong in your life will come to find you and stay. Nice people do not end up alone because they are unworthy of love. They end up alone because they often give love to those who do not value it. They avoid confrontation, struggle with boundaries, and sometimes expect others to have the same level of emotional depth that they do. But solitude is not a curse. It is an opportunity to grow, to understand oneself, and to recognize that being alone is better than being in bad company. So if you are a kind person who has felt unappreciated or overlooked, remember this: your kindness is not the problem. The problem is that too many people fail to see its worth. But the right people, the ones who truly belong in your life, will recognize your value and meet you halfway. Until then, be kind to yourself, because at the end of the day, you deserve the same love and care that you so freely give to others. Are you ready to turn loneliness into a source of strength?